Hey.
Eyes on Kazuhira. A message from the parasites.
Hello everybody, and welcome back once again to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid 5. As we shower off, bit of blood on our leg there. Hello and welcome. Yes, it's been about 3 or 4 days since my last session, so don't even ask me what happened last time because I can't remember. It's been a bit of a busy week for me this week, so I didn't get around to playing as much as I would have liked. Right, now let me get my bearings here. Where am I? I'm trying to get to Paz. Right, here we go.
Oh, Snake!
Hello, Paz. We have another photograph to show you. I think.
What is it, Snake?
Photo time. What's this one?
Oh, somebody took this while we were fishing.
Fishing.
That day, I figured out that it doesn't really matter if you catch a fish or not. Just waiting for a fish together can be the most fun of all. Oh yeah, Chico got all worked up and almost fell into the sea. When they do some more fishing, tell me, okay?
Headache?
I am so tired. I will just lie here a while.
Oh, not a headache this time. Well, she's holding her head, but she's just tired today. What excuse will she use next time? A broken toenail? I don't know. As for fishing, there should be plenty of opportunities to fish out here. Middle of the damn sea. Right. So, what are we going to do now? We're going to head back to the ACC, where we shall listen to some cassette tapes, and then we shall determine what it is that we want to do with ourselves after that.
Please, landing zone.
Roger. This is P-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is P-Quad. On station at LZ.
Oh, DD, hello there.
Gaining altitude.
Since the last session, I've done a little bit more development work in terms of the weaponry. I've developed some more platforms on my FOB, played not too many more, but I've played a few more FOB infiltration missions. Kind of slowed down a little bit on them now. seeing as that I've got most of the weapons I want and things like that. I've got quite a shed load of resources. Don't feel the need to have to kind of grind my way through the FOB infiltration as much. I mean, but it was fun, and it was fun doing it. And I might do a couple more before my time with the game is finished. Anyway, cassette tapes. Now, apparently there's 7 to listen to. I don't propose to listen to them all in this session. If I can listen to some in the field whilst we're moving around, that would be good. But the ones that I'm going to listen to start with, at least, are the important ones. And the first one relates to the escaped children. There is one more child that is outstanding, and good old Mosquito is going to be tasked with retrieving that second child very soon. But some kind of a mastermind, apparently.
Snake, you remember the White Mamba? Of course, he's been going by Eli since we brought him on base. He was the leader of the child soldier unit we took out of that village and into our protection. Well, according to the kids you brought back here, all the escapees were especially close to Eli. There's reason to suspect he's behind all 6 escapes. We've already detained him. I'll be questioning him shortly.
Wait. You'll be?
Ocelot.
You're incapable of taking an impartial stance with those kids. Question them all you want. It'll get you nowhere.
Ocelot, you get too many kicks from your art of interrogation.
It's not a matter of art. It's about quick, minimal strokes of psychological warfare. That's what gets the answers. And it's the best way to keep both questioner and subject safe. The risks only increase the more an interrogation drags on. At that point, it causes as much pain to the inflictor as the inflicted.
Like I said, too many kicks.
What I'm trying to tell you is we need quick results. Otherwise, it'll be too little, too late.
I know that.
And besides, I know the subject. I won't go overboard with a kid.
Forget it. You're not needed. Snake, we'll want to question the other kids too. Be sure to bring them all back.
Wait a minute, arguing over who's going to interrogate him? Jesus Christ, these guys take sick pleasure in this kind of stuff, don't they? They're going to bloody stick electrodes in the kid as well? He probably deserves it, little ne'er-do-well, but that's beside the point. Anyway, this is bringing back memories now. In the last session, we retrieved a canister of information from the Spugmay Keep. This is the report, I think, that was contained within that canister.
We finished decoding the informant's report. That floating kid we've run into a few times now. Looks like he was a test subject in clinical experiments. The Soviets called him the Third Boy. The Third Boy was brought to a lab on the outskirts of Moscow from Czechoslovakia, after which he was due to be sent to a research center in Leningrad, then Siberia, and finally an academic town in Novosibirsk. It doesn't appear that the researchers witnessed the talents we've seen from him, but nevertheless he was quite the popular subject. His latent cognitive abilities suddenly awoke en route to Moscow. According to the report, the Third Boy was easily influenced by other individuals' biofields. Evil thoughts, in particular. They affected his mind like a virus. Extreme anger or resentment, motives for revenge, in other words. Now, during the transport flight to Moscow, the boy was exposed to a powerful mental energy field coming from a certain individual. Ever since, being conscious of his powers, he's become a sort of energy generator. What's unique about him is the way his acute telepathic abilities get taken over by another person's will. The boy began to physically parasitize individuals experiencing extreme anger and codify the host's desires. This includes amplifying the host's natural strengths. Or, in accordance with the host's desires, he can also implant program code in another individual, making them a puppet, essentially. Human neural synapses transmit weak electrical currents between neurons. These electrical currents, though at a level difficult to observe, warp the magnetic field outside the body. The Third Boy is able to pick up these weak fluctuations. Contrary to psychotronics, which involves controlling the human mind, his abilities as a receptor are too high. The emotions he picks up from another individual are amplified and unleashed into his body as they recur in his brain. They turn into microwaves, which then affect the physical world, triggering paranormal phenomena like the spontaneous combustion of organic matter or psychokinesis, moving an object without touching it. There's one other thing. While he's parasitizing a host, the boy's ego gets shut away, allowing the will of the host to take control of his powers, like some annoying static drowning out your own voice. That means he isn't responsible for what's been happening. Somebody's extreme anger has manifested through the third boy's powers in ways none of us could have predicted, which would mean this was going on somewhere around us. Looking back on it, a lot of things make sense now. The man on fire, Sahelanthropus, they both came to life thanks to the third boy's powers. Everything has been happening through him as a catalyst. We first saw him in the hospital on Cyprus. The boy parasitizing the man on fire's desire for revenge gave him his new abilities in return. He next appeared at the Hamid Fighters Fort where the honeybee was hidden. There, the boy parasitized Skullface's vengeful mind. He controlled Sahelanthropus, making it do whatever Skullface wanted. Same goes for when we extracted Emmerich onto the chopper. When he appeared at the Devil's House in Central Africa, Skullface's will controlled the man on fire via the third boy's powers. Everything is clear up to this point. But even the informant couldn't pinpoint who the host was in the cave within Serac power plant. Sahelanthropus suddenly became active, then crushed not only the man on fire, but Skullface as well. Surely neither of them could have been the host. Who else was at that location and bore anger more extreme than either of them? Whose will was controlling Sahelanthropus? According to the report, emotions transmitted in children's brains affect the surrounding magnetic field more strongly. Cerebral nerves are covered with insulation called myelin sheaths to increase impulse speed. The reason for this leakage has to do with the fact that children's myelin sheaths are still developing. So, how many children do you remember being there? Children with a burning desire for revenge and bearing a grudge against you. I can think of only one. Eli. We don't know what kind of life he's had, but the resentment he's shown toward adults is nothing short of extraordinary. The third boy resonated with Eli's mind. And that means Eli bore the strongest animosity of all individuals within the boy's reception range, estimated to be a 3-mile radius, beating out even Volgan and Skullface. The third boy has probably remained hooked on Eli's anger since. You remember at the Devil's House, the third boy showed an interest in Shabani? That must have been his ego making a rare appearance. He may possess abilities far beyond anyone else in the world, but he's still a kid. Maybe them both being kids was enough to bring them together. And if so, maybe with Eli, he isn't feeding off him, but acting in symbiosis with him. So what kick-started the third boy's powers? If we look at the location and time that his plane went down, we can make a pretty good guess. When the plane experienced the first anomaly, it gave an accurate report of its position to a control tower, due north of the Black Sea, 125 miles east of Kiev. Dead south on the Black Sea is Cyprus's Green Line. So the plane's position was directly north of the hospital where you'd been asleep for 9 years. And this anomaly was reported at exactly the same time that you woke up. The plane was enveloped in flame from the inside out. The fuselage burnt to ashes. There were no survivors, at least not publicly admitted. Your thoughts formed a synchronicity with the boy's psyche and were amplified inside his brain. That would have been more than enough to trigger his abilities. Your rage was like a big bang in his head, blowing the lid off his powers. The boy was then secretly moved to the lab outside of Moscow where Volgan was comatose. There, Volgan's thoughts resonated with the boy and he was awakened. Volgan became the man on fire, hell-bent on getting revenge on you. His instincts led him straight to you. Skullface knew Volgan from Operation Snake Eater, or perhaps from even before. Monitoring this pair of extraordinaries, he discovered the hospital and sent his assassin and XOF. Skullface was probably watching the situation from close by. Then, realizing how useful these two test subjects could be, he approached them. Reacting to Skullface's thirst for revenge, this time the boy let Skullface's will control Volgin. Volgin, at times driven by personal revenge, at times through Skullface's will, kept on moving, though his body was little more than dead meat. Perhaps there were moments where even your thoughts affected him as well. But without the boy's power, it was like the plug had been pulled from the socket. Everything was powered by anger, malice, revenge. This is how the end of the report sums things up. Both the third boy and the man on fire were originally test subjects of paranormal research for military applications. Like telekinetically controlling the leader of an enemy nation and making him launch a nuke. Or stopping the heart of someone on the wrong side of the Berlin Wall. Experimenting with latent human abilities. They were used as tools of the Cold War. The boy's only crime was being born with unique gifts. But he was sacrificed on the altar of war. His life reduced to slavery under other people's wills. Turned into a living weapon with no will of his own. Eventually, the only emotion he could feel must have been the desire to get revenge for the hand he'd been dealt. Boss, it's you that awakened the boy's powers. But there's more to it than that. I guess the anger emanating from you was something he could truly relate to.
Very interesting cassette tapes there. Okay. So, Eli, eh? Very, very troubled child, I have to say. Anger issues? I dare say so. Right. So we're going to move in to the side ops list because there is one important side ops left to do. We have no main missions available to us, so the only way to advance the story, I assume, is to do this. And that is to search for the second escaped child somewhere in Lufwa Valley, probably somewhere in that mansion. And there's only one man.
Please select a landing zone.
Only one man that we trust to do it. Yeah, right.
Heading to Central Africa.
But that one man who is being entrusted to do it is Mosquito. Right, so we're diving into the mission. Sorry about that, got a bit of an interruption to cut out the sortie prep, which I'm sure you're not overly fussed about. But we do have one slight upgrade to one of our weapons, which I am looking forward to trying out. I don't think careful is in the repertoire of words used by Mosquito. Anyhow, the weapon I'm talking about is the Brennan. I've got the next level upgrade to the Brennan, which allows me to use, as you can see here, a silencer on it. So this big, meaty, powerful sniper rifle now is silenced. We also have a new scope for it. That looks quite nice, actually. I might have to put this onto my other scope, or my other sniper rifle, sorry, with the Big Boss. I kind of like it. So that is the upgrade to the Brennan, and that's the only weapon that is upgraded. We have brought along with us D Walker, who I have tweaked as well. seeing as he is got a Gatling gun and we're using him in attack mode, I have actually tried, or I have equipped him with the machete arm. Can't remember if it's a Skull's machete arm or just a regular machete arm, but yeah, it's the machete arm. So should we need to chop down some people, maybe even chop down a vehicle or two,
Marker placed.
we can use it. Anyway, we're here to rescue a child,
Approaching.
and we have no patience.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Laminek. Can you go in the water? Yeah, you can.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
There we go.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Now ideally, before we set off a full-blown alert,
Analysis complete.
I would like to at least
Analysis complete.
ascertain the location of the
Analysis
child.
complete. Enemy presence detected. The map has been
According to
updated.
the intel team, the escaped kids should be around here. Locate and secure them.
Locate and secure. Now I don't envisage taking D-Walker inside, so we'll part ways here and sort things out. Now look at this, we've got a truck here, we've got a Jeep, got a couple of people. I mean,
Analysis complete.
ultimately we'll wait till the two guys in the truck get back in it and go away, take down these two. We'll take him down noisily, makes no difference to us. And in fact, they're not even worth keeping. One of them's A+, A++ R&D. The other guy's C's and B's. I mean, what the hell happened to him? Utterly useless. Right. We're going to try out the new toy. The silenced Brennan. Here we go. I wonder if we like line up their legs and shoot. If we can like take both down at the same time. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Okay, they're splitting up. It's fine. Not usually stealthy, old Mosquito, but as I said, it's just a case of making the task easier. And also, we need to really do with interrogating one of them. So, we don't have any tranquilizers. So, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do this? I think the best way to do it is maybe shoot one in the leg and then run up and grab this guy. It's the best way. Use this also. Oh, there are some people inside as well. Don't want to cause too much of a scene here. Alright. Okay, are they coming outside? Oh, damn it. Did somebody hear that? Are they dead? They're all panicking. I think we just go towards the marker, to be honest with you. We'll probably find what we're looking for. Do they know where I am? I don't believe they do. Right. Well, interrogation is going well. Time to get busy. Not here to play games. Where's the kid? Oh, hello. I can ask this guy.
Caution, rain approaching.
Anybody else here? No? Right, okay. Wait a minute, what am I doing here? Get up! Got questions that I want answering.
Talk.
The map has been updated.
Okay, so he's marked the prisoner for us, he's marked the child, excellent job. That's all we can ask for.
He's coming too. Roger that.
Good grief. Oh, it's bloody Reflex City here. Ah, here is the child. Do you know what problems you're giving me, boy? Get your ass back to
You
base.
gotta extract him. Boss, about the kids. It appears there's a movement among them to organize against us. I can think of only one person who'd be behind that. I'll continue to look into it.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base. Police support helicopter requested.
Well, it looks like things are kicking off. We better make a swift exit. Whoa, 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 whoa. There's no need for melodrama. No need for it at all. Bastard!
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Coming!
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Cover fire. In hot.
Pequod is taking on the enemy chopper possibly here. This could be fun.
In hot. Watch out, boss.
Come on, Pequod, do it. Take him down.
Prioritizing elimination of enemy threats.
Enemy chopper's on the way, P-Quad. Enemy chopper is on the way. There, look there. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, he's got him! Get in, P-Quad. I knew there's a reason I like you.
This is P-Quad. No targets remain. This is P-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Oh, beautiful.
Support helicopter has arrived.
Ah! They're all screaming in panic. We need reinforcements! We need backup! We're being slaughtered here! Oh my god! We're gonna die! So you get for taking our kids. Let's get out of here.
Gaining altitude.
Buddy departing area of enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Departing.
Righty-ho, so the kids have been returned. Whilst we were trying to escape the alert situation, Miller was harping on about some kind of organising something, or something to that effect. Sure, we'll find out more in a minute. Where are we? Cassette tape. Important cassette tape appears to have appeared to have appeared. There we go. The Children Escape Part 3. Eli's explanation. Oh, so the interrogation has been complete. Let's have a look what Eli had to say for himself.
Snake, about the escaped children. Eli confessed. The way he tells it, they wanted to go back to the battlefield. Don't rob them of their freedom, he said. If you bring them all back, there will be consequences. Next to be asking for our surrender.
Consequences? What consequences?
No idea. That's all I have for now.
You're too attached to those kids. Stop protecting Eli.
Listen to yourself.
Let me question him, and we'll get some real answers.
Not necessary. I'll report as and when.
Something's amiss here. Something's amiss. Is he feeding him burgers by any chance? Okay, so do we have a main mission now?
Please select a mission.
We don't have a main... We have this...
Weather will clear shortly.
We have this main mission, Cloaked in Silence. This is an extreme version of the mission where we had to fight Quiet, the sniper battle. I tried this and got absolutely slaughtered. Absolutely slaughtered. So it was a massive failure. But I can't envisage completing this, advancing the main story. This is an optional mission. So we have no story missions available. Do we have an important side ops available? Oh my god, are you kidding me? We got tons more kids to rescue. Jesus wept. One in the Abe Shifap ruins, that's over in Afghanistan. One in the Lamar Kate Palace over in Afghanistan, and one over in the Samasela Bloody Man over in Afghanistan. Well, what we're going to do here is we're going to utilise a separate combat unit member. I think Mosquito, if Mosquito goes any further into this mission line, the amount of people he'll kill will send Big Boss crazy. So he's had his fun over in Africa. We're going to get a new member of the team in to rescue the children in Afghanistan. So we'll start over here, the Abe Shifat ruins.
Please select a landing zone.
I mean, there must be some enemy here looking after the children, so I don't want to land in the middle of the mission zone if I can help it. So we'll land here. Or should we? Yeah, we'll land
Heading
here
to Afghanistan.
and go in. So who are we going to pick? Well, somebody made comment that we do actually have somewhere in here, you know, female combat unit members, and she is an S+ rank. S+ female member, Flaming Buffalo. So we're going to give her a try. Why not? She is going to wear I'd say we should go. I'd actually say she could actually try out the parasite suit, but then we're not going to see her face, which would kind of defeat the objective of using a female, wouldn't it? You know, we want to see what's going on. So we'll stick with the sneaking suit. Now this is kind of a weird thing, because as we've known from the past, combat unit members have not been given the sneaking suit. They've been left to just regular camouflage. But she's S+. She's proficient in the art of stealth, and therefore she's been given the suit, entrusted with the toys. She will be given D-Horse equipment. Primary weaponry. Well, she's going to be stealthy. I suppose we better give her the stealthy weapons again. So we'll go for the silenced assault rifle, non-lethal takedown, the silenced sniper rifle, and a secondary weapon. We'll go for the Burkoff, I suppose.